got to do is everybody come on in. We're not passing any offering plates out tonight or anything. Just come on up here and let's get something going. I'm going to tell you about a great kid named Nicky. And you all know who I'm talking about, don't you, huh? Yeah. No, you know who I'm talking about when I say Nicky? All right. Well, I tell you, it's kind of interesting because traveling with ESPN, I had an opportunity to follow a lot of the athletes around Owensboro area, especially in the motorcycle field. And Nicky always had something about him that you saw right here every week. He was just Nicky. And that's what made that young man such a talented young man. Now, what we have here going in front of us are 69 balloons. The reason for the number 69 in motorcycle racing, you have your number. His number was number 69. He only carried that number one time that he didn't carry the number, and that was the number 1 when he was number 1 in the world. Well, Nicky, a little blonde-headed kid out of Owensboro, Kentucky, grew up with Earl, Rose, and everybody. Called him Magnificent 7. He won the 600 AMA championship a few years ago. I had an opportunity to go and talk with him. So I kind of nicknamed him the Magnificent 7 for the simple reason that there's mom and dad, and you got 5 kids. But everybody in that family did something to help the next person in that family. And that's kind of interesting to see how that happens, because this day and time, it doesn't really happen that way much. And as we stand here tonight, his older brother Tommy is working with his mother Rose to get all the things squared away so we can get him back in town. But Nicky's kind of an interesting guy. I followed him out at El Mirage, California one time, and I wanted to find out what made this kid tick. He went to a riders meeting. Now, all you guys that race, you go to drivers meetings, riders meetings, and everybody doesn't pay a bit of attention to what you're saying, except Nicky did. And at the end of the day, there was only one guy standing on top of the box, and that was Nicky. You're waving your hand back there. What's your problem? Say again? Feedback, okay. Who's running sound? You got it? Okay, I'll go back.
I got her.
So I kind of watched Nicky to see how he did things. And one thing after he came out of this meeting, this kid, he had war paint on him. Not literally. His mind was thinking about one thing, and that's riding that motorcycle. Not only riding, he wanted to win on that motorcycle. And he wanted to thump you if he had to get to win on that motorcycle. He won Del Mar that day. And if you ever want to see what that looked like with Nicky, there's 2 magazines that have been written, or 2 books that have been written about the Hayden family. One of them written by an Owensboro writer named Danny May. He's got a book called The First Family in Racing. It's a good book. It's about Owensboro. Then you got another book out there that comes out of Europe. It's called From OWB, initials from Owensboro Airport, to MotoGP. Saying starting in here and winding up over there in Spain and all over the world, and people know you and everything. Nicky and Tommy and Roger Lee hold some distinctions you'll never be able to get over. Number 1, when they were flat track racing. Who's got my flat track? Right here. This is the flat track. For those of you not familiar with the sports, let me explain something to you. This is the flat track right here. Number 69, that'll be a flat track. Also number 69, this is what they rode over in Europe. The 69 on the end, they go through the corners and back those motorcycles in, and they put their left foot down and use it kind of as an outrigger. When they went to Europe, those guys could not believe that the American rider, Nicky, could do that, because he'd run into the corner, and then everybody else would just be turning, and Nicky'd be backing it in the corner and laying on his elbow and laying on his knee, that low to the ground. Now you look at the ground right now and tell me how far you got to get down to land on that elbow and on that knee. Not so far for you. I've seen you before, yeah. Looking good holding the balloon, man. I'm proud of you. But Nicky had something about him that he always worked with his brothers. They're the only family to ever finish first, second, and third in a professional motorcycle race. That was in Springfield, Illinois. Nicky won, Tommy was second, Roger Lee was third. The one dream that Nicky will not be able to get was There's short track racing, you got TT racing, and you got the miles, man. The miles is where it is. Well, Nicky's won short track, he's won TT, but he was going after the miles next weekend in Springfield, Illinois. But instead, they're going to have a moment of silence over there for him. Because they know that kid can ride a scooter just as good, if not better, than anybody that ever threw a leg over him. So, Nicky, I'm looking tomorrow. They're going to be in Springfield, Illinois. There will be moments of silence. There will be moments of silence at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Today, NASCAR down in Charlotte. You know what those guys did? They all went into the pit area. They were closed today. They all went to the pit area and they were talking about Nicky Hayden. And what a cool kid he was. And what a great guy he was. And the fact is, from Owensboro, Kentucky, and everybody's going, I didn't know motorcycle racers were out of Owensboro. Yeah, anything that goes fast and turns left usually comes out of this part of the country. That's right. I knew it'd get you going again there too. All right. No, but for me, it's really neat to be able to stand up here and talk to my community. It's the first time I've really ever had a chance to do this. But I want to tell you what Nicky did for us also. He took us, when he started racing, he was so short, he had to stand on a box to take off on his motorcycle. Stand on a box, a milk carton. There's a term in motorsports called standing on the box. That means when you finish first, second, or third, there's boxes at different heights. You stand on the box you won. You stand on the tall box is the biggest glory there is. You know something? Nicky took everybody here, kind of put his arm around us, jumped on a Honda motorcycle, and went to the top of the box. And he took all of us with him. Yeah, he took you and me and everybody from Owensboro, Kentucky can say, we got a world champion. The kid's name's Nicky Hayden, and I went to school with him, or I used to date his girlfriend. I didn't mean that last part, I'm sorry. I get a little excited here, you know. But, Catherine, good seeing you. Congratulations to you, young lady. You got Young Lady of the Year. How about that? Used to be her advisor to Junior Achievement. Debits on the left, credits on the right. We fought that for 4 years. But anyway, Nicky takes people with him when he does something. When he wins an event, he'll go down and talk to kids and do things. Not just to do it, he'll do it because he likes it. And that's his personality. And he likes Owensboro. Or everybody wants an autograph and all this kind of stuff. Here we go. Nicky lines up, going to Spain, gets a hold of Tommy. A little pressure on Nicky. He knows it. I told you about the look he had in his eyes. He looked like a what am I going to say here? A jet fighter pilot. Put that on, buddy, and he's ready to go to war. Yeah, there you go. So he gets a hold of his brother Tommy and says, man, there's this kid from Spain that's really making it tough on me, and every time I get out trying to get a lead on the World Championship, this little scooter will come and run right underneath me. So Tommy, who's the quietest guy in the world, wouldn't want to be in a barn with him on fire, because you'd smell the smoke before Tommy bothered you. If you can get that book from OWB to MotoGP, and it is a good book. It's this thick. It's got photographs of this family from the very beginning. I mean, from the beginning, when these kids were this big. And when I say kids, I'm talking Jenny, the oldest girl. A lot of the boys said that she was the best motorcycle rider in the whole bunch. Huh? How about that, girls? Yeah. You ride a motorcycle, ma'am? Just hold the balloon. You're doing a good job there. Okay. And then you had Tommy coming along. He's the head guy with Monster Energy drink right now in Europe. That's a pretty good job, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if he just paid in pesos or what, but the kid's got money, I know that. A lot better than, you know, what we're saying here. And then you got Jenny. She's out in California or Washington State. She went into the field of medicine and enjoys that, specializing in injuries you find on motorcycles. Accidents. That's pretty smart to do that. But what I'm telling you, all these people took something that they loved, they shared it with their hometown, you and I, and they made us proud. You know, Nicky wins a race, buddy. I tell you what, you walk into Burger King with your chest out. Yeah, we won that race yesterday. You saw that, didn't you? Huh? Big Dipper, we're here. We got it, yeah, we got it. Yeah, we won that race yesterday. Meanwhile, you're sitting there scratching your foot with your sock and everything else off, but you're running that race with Nicky. And that's the way he did things. He worked so hard, not only for Owensboro people, but every racer that ever raced against him. And I saw this today. Send him condolences to the family because they just couldn't believe that something happened to Nicky. Because he's such an athlete and he stayed so trim and working and staying fit and doing his thing, because his thing was riding a motorcycle and being best in the world. And always remember,
oh dear God,
if you're going to be the best, by golly, you better be able to beat the best. And Nicky Hayden beat them all, ladies and gentlemen, beat them all. Now I know the band, you guys got something going. I don't know, are we okay on time? A couple of minutes, you okay? All right. What I was going to get at is I've got some questions for you folks now. Number one, I've got 3 questions. Number one, how in the world can a guy ride a motorcycle, fall off of it at 210 miles an hour, slide from here halfway to the Whitesville water tower, and get up and be interviewed by a television guy?
He's awesome.
He's awesome. I'll guarantee you that, buddy. I tried to, I was shaking when I was interviewing him. Man, you okay? Oh yeah, we're doing fine. Everything, we're going to go back and do this, that, and the other. So that's how you can do it, okay? 210 miles an hour, falls off your scooter, gets up, and that's it. Next question. Who's his barber? Have y'all ever noticed his hair?
the leopard print.
When you pull, that could be it. When he pulls that awry helmet off, you have no idea what you're going to see as far as the haircut, right? I mean, it could, I don't know what to tell you, okay? And here's the funny thing that I found out. He's Catholic by faith. Goes to church. That's one thing I really liked about Earl and Rose. Every time everybody was in town, they all went to church. But the priest noticed something was going on in church one day. Not the one that's there now. I'm going to take him out of the mix so he's not going to get in trouble. But all of a sudden, when the church was going on, they noticed this. What were they looking at?
All the girls?
About 10 people in the choir, if you will, had their little game sets going on live TV coverage from MotoGP racing around the world, and they're looking at cameras, and this one little lady in the back of the church, they said they're scared to death that she's going to throw her hands up in the air like she's on a Harley, and she's going to start riding that thing too, because all of them are leaning to the left. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go back to the right now, I'm going to go again. And the priest, he doesn't know what's going on. So they come up and they take communion. This one young man has earbuds in, and he's listening to the race. So Padre spots this kid and pulls one of the earbuds out. Oh, Hayden's third after 2 laps. Puts it back in his ear and goes right on with his, okay. So even the good Lord, I think, was on Nicky's side. I know he is right now because, like I say, being a Christian man like he was, there is one thing that we can do for that family, and that is every one of us to pray for them. You're looking at Earl, you're looking at Rose. You do this on your time when you're comfortable in your way. Got Earl. Earl's in the hospital, by the way, right now. I don't know if he can wear that. You got Rose, she's got the burden of the world on her shoulder. You got Jenny, she's in town. Tommy, the oldest son, he's working with Mom. Of course, we got Nicky to think about, his soul. Roger Lee, always nicknamed him Stagger Lee. I thought that'd be a good racing name. Then they got Kathleen, she runs the automotive, Third Chance Automotive down here. And Jacqueline Marley, there's Tommy's girlfriend, excuse me, Nicky's girlfriend. and I would love to meet her, and I would love for you all to meet her, to let her know where Nicky came from. Because this is it. It is his fiance? Okay. That's even better girlfriend. She is she here? So you know everything in the world except, okay. But these guys and gals get back and rock it. And that gets back to something else. Anybody remember that dance that he did? It looked like he was backing away from snakes or something. Remember that? He go, woo! I like that. Wait a minute, I got a man that can do that for me right here. Come here, son. Get up. You're going in. Give me a little bit, little Nicky. Come on, let's go. Let's get going. Little Nicky action. Huh? Huh? No. You can do this. Huh? Get down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. No, now we go back to 2. All right, well, listen. I had 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to everybody. I hope we can get around and visit with people. But keep the Hayden family in your prayers, in your thoughts. The official word will be coming as to what's going to happen next. This is not an official event from the Hayden family, by the way. I want you to know that. They will release when they can, and when they do, then everybody will go that direction. But they're working on a lot of problems getting Nicky out of a foreign country and back into it on American soil. Okay, but we said a while ago, we said to you veterans, we said, guys, we appreciate what you've done, and ladies too. I want to vouch for that also. But right now, I want to get the band members. Where are the band members? To start heading this way. Oh no, we're gonna do this. Now, Kurt Kirkpatrick learned how to count backwards from 10 when he was 9 years old. Kurt, this is it. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back over to this young man. Thank you all for everything. It's great to be from Owensboro, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. Hey, and Jeff, David Green, Mark Green, and Jeff Green told me to be sure to tell everybody hello. They said that everybody was sitting around all the pits today in the stalls at Charlotte talking about Nicky Hayden. Wow, isn't that awesome? They had a motorcycle ride today that's 69 miles long. They were going to have 100, they had 300 show up. That's awesome. But racers are unique. Racers will never say, I'll see you again. Big round of applause for Army Armstrong, guys. Hey, I don't know about you all, but I'm proud of my small town USA. What about y'all? You know, Nicky did not have a smile on his face, right? At least that's what all the pictures look like. Hey, we want to pay respect to Nicky, every person that's fought for our freedom. We're going to have a balloon release in memory of those folks. If you could just bow your head for a moment of silence while those drift off. Go ahead, guys.
Oh dear God.
Amen. Army talked for a little while. They ran out of helium. All right. Hey, guys.